and welcome to my channel. This is BlazerGuy1983 coming at you with a quick introduction video. I was sitting and thinking to myself the other day about my channel, which I've had for roughly over 10 years. I'd have to go look at the analytics to see exactly how long. Probably creeping up on 15 years at this point. And I realized that I did not have any kind of introduction video uploaded. The introduction video would kind of give people the idea of what my channel has as far as content and exactly what my goal is. When I first set out and started making my YouTube channel, the original idea was to just show some general step-by-step tips on how to do DIY repairs at home, such as oil changes, brakes, things of that nature. Kind of help out the everyday person that's trying to save a few bucks and perform some maintenance at home without having to take it into the garage. The other reason why I started my channel was over the years, unfortunately, just like I'm sure other people can relate, I experienced a lot of bad customer service as well as shoddy repairs on my vehicles at top dollar price. So over the years, that has only gotten worse, unfortunately, with the industry having a lot less techs going into the field as well as prices, inflation going up with the cost of parts as well as labor. So with that said, I tried to teach myself from the beginning as much as I could about cars, as well as go online and educate myself by watching other YouTube videos. A lot of my influencers that I have watched over the years that really got me interested in doing this type of content would be the famous Eric the Car Guy, which is on YouTube, as well as South Main Auto, which he's located up in New York. Now, the interesting thing about South Main Auto, his name is also Eric, and he performs different type of automotive repairs out of his actual business. He has his own garage, and he takes time out of his busy schedule to record some of those jobs and post them on YouTube. I figured, well, I also maintain and repair several vehicles for friends and family, so what would be a better idea than to take advantage of those opportunities and record as I go. So as I go and I do my everyday maintenance, such as oil changes, brakes, I figure bring you guys along and maybe show you something that maybe it might help you out. Originally, when I started the channel, I didn't really think that I would earn any kind of monetary financial gain from it. After a few years of having the channel live, I just happened to log in and noticed that I had some funds that were sitting there waiting for me. So I actually knew that people were making money from YouTube, but I never actually went in and tried to capitalize on it. Still to this day, unfortunately, I do not make that much on it. It was really never necessarily about the monetary value. Of course, the extra money does help. It does pay a cell phone bill, maybe pay some car insurance, things like that. Most of the finances that I have made from making my YouTube content, I have put back into purchasing tools or equipment or anything that might make my life a little bit simpler so that I can continue on building my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I do not have a garage. Right now I'm standing in my parents' garage, which unfortunately is used for storage, so I do not have enough room to actually pull a vehicle in here and service it. So what I do is I have a small section off to the right, which is where I'm standing, and this section of the garage I primarily use for storing my tools. I installed a higher amperage and wattage electrical outlet receptacle so that I can run my air compressor. And over the years, I've purchased things like the workbench, which you're currently sitting on, as well as the toolbox that you can probably see somewhat behind me here. These few items have made my life so much simpler and have given me the opportunity to be more organized and be more productive so that I can try to make more YouTube content. Unfortunately, because of my situation, I do work a full-time job. I am a computer service consultation agent, as well as I am a entry-level supervisor for the department in which that I run. So I do operate in a full-time work position, which makes it a little bit difficult at times to find the opportunity to make these YouTube videos. The other struggle that I run into is a lot of times with the vehicles that I'm servicing, those vehicles need to be back on the road immediately. Often they are the individual's only source of transportation. So if I have a major type of repair that I'm performing, I can't necessarily slow down and focus so much on the creativity aspect of it as far as making YouTube content. And I have to be more focused on what I need to do to get this person's vehicle back up and running within a timely manner. So unfortunately, my video content can suffer at times. I do not capture nearly as much that I would prefer to be able to capture. I do spend as much time as I can while I'm recording, trying to get the best angle and the best shots that I can. Unfortunately, though, like I said, being in a position I am, working out of my driveway, right now it's Pittsburgh, it's about 26 degrees outside right now, so I haven't been able to make any new content, and that really saddens me because I do enjoy uploading new content, and I enjoy the creativity side of going in and editing those videos and making them all actually come together from all the clips in which that I record into one completed project. So I do really enjoy that, but primarily, like I said, I do have to focus while making these videos on let's getting this car back and running. Often the person's waiting for the vehicle, and like I said before, it's their only source of transportation. So that is one downfall. Eventually, if my YouTube channel were to grow and become bigger, I would like to invest some of my earnings, which, like I said, is not very much, but I'm not ungrateful, but it would be nice to build it up more. I can take those earnings and I can invest those into things like actually maybe renting out a garage space. It doesn't necessarily have to be heated. I'm not super concerned about elements. Elements have never really affected me too much. I just don't like to be in the actual precipitation or freezing cold. Trust me, I've done head gaskets in the driveway while it's snowing in the middle of February, so I'm definitely familiar with that type of experience. But some type of shelter would be nice with some type of an electrical setup so that I can run my larger air compressor. It's a 30 gallon, so it's not anything like super big, and it's only a 110. But I do need something that can support that and sustain that so that it doesn't keep tripping breakers and things like that. So lighting is also very important as well. So wherever I do end up finding at some point in the future, either it be when I purchase my own home or if I end up getting a garage where I rent somewhere nearby locally, would be the idea. That would give me the opportunity to really slow down and not have to feel so rushed, you know, so that I can really focus on getting that better quality content for my YouTube channel. For an example, you know, when I'm working out in the driveway, I often joke when I'm making my videos, you may hear me, you know, say things like, oh, you know, wouldn't it be another BlazerGuy production without, you know, it's starting to rain or somebody cutting the grass or running a leaf blower in the background. So, I mean, it's very authentic, it's very organic, it's very real, it's very real life. I try not to edit out any of the mistakes I make because I figured, hey, why not let somebody else potentially learn from my mistake and not do the same thing? So with that said, the other second goal that I have is I would like to, a couple things actually. One, I would like to eventually try and see if I can get some type of sponsorship. I'm not looking for any type of major commitment, but it would be nice to see about maybe having some companies out there reach out to me, potentially send me some of maybe their oil, or send me some equipment to test out or try, or some hand tools, things like that. I'm not looking for anything expensive or crazy, but it would be nice to be able to get some items from these companies so that I can try them out and be the guinea pig for you guys, so you guys can make a determination if it's worth you spending your money on that set company's type of equipment or tool in which that they have to offer, or even service for that matter. So with that said, the second goal I have is eventually I would like to try and collaborate, eventually maybe reach out to some other local YouTubers. I do know a couple. Unfortunately, they all seem very private and they don't seem too interested in the idea of getting together and collaborating, mostly because I think my channel is still so small. Like, for an example, if you look at the Eric the Car Guy channel, his channel is ridiculous. He has a huge cult following. You know, there's channels like Vice Grip Garage, which is one of my, you know, huge idols. I absolutely love Derek from Vice Grip Garage. It's my favorite channel, most favorite channel. My second would probably be a tie between Eric the Car Guy and, of course, Eric from South Main Auto. Those are my two, or my three major channels that I personally watch on YouTube that have been a huge influence on me. If you kind of look at a lot of my videos, such as my brake jobs, for an example, you'll probably notice that I do a lot of my brake jobs the same style in which that Eric from South Main Auto does, as far as, you know, making sure that the brake caliper hardware is properly cleaned. Especially here in the Rust Belt, it's very important to do that. And also adding like the grease to it, you know, the different types of greases to it to help keep the rust from building up. Those little tiny details are things that I have learned and carried on through my channel from Eric up at South Main Auto that I have found that have been extremely beneficial. So the idea is, once again, not necessarily to steal ideas per se from other YouTube channels, but the idea is to take the information, incorporate it into what I do in order to improve my content, as well as hopefully get the word out there to others on how to do some of these things. I'm obviously not a professional mechanic. If you watch my videos, you'll quickly learn that. I am simply just a guy that is, you know, in my 40s, that I got interested in cars when I was still in high school. And like I said, my family didn't really have all that much money, so I had to quickly learn if I wanted a vehicle, in which I was thankful enough and very lucky enough to have my parents provide me with my first vehicle. I had to learn how to fix it myself. I couldn't afford off my busboy job that I had to take it in and get it serviced. And if I did, it only ended up racking up credit cards. And so I quickly started to learn with the skills in which that I already possessed, with being good with my hands, as well as a child sitting closely and watching my grandfather repair just about anything. He was a handyman. My grandpa had done anything from repairing a transmission into a car to, you know, fixing the furnace. The man was basically a common sense genius and just was really good with understanding how to do things with his hands and make mechanical items work. That really influenced me as a child, and I quickly learned as an adult that these were important skills to possess. And even though I didn't go to school for automotive mechanics, I quickly learned that to be able to get by in life without having to take your vehicle in and pay that top dollar fee. And often from my experience, and I'm not saying all auto repair garages, and I'm not saying all dealerships are bad or doing shoddy work, but what I am saying is majority of my experiences unfortunately have been very subpar. I have found myself where I would spend $400 or $500 to have fuel lines replaced on a vehicle, come home only to find that the fuel lines were literally leaking on the street under the vehicle. And it was something that was difficult for me to do at my early days of just starting out tinkering with cars. It was at that point that I committed, where I says, you know what, this is something that I really should be doing myself. And if I want any kind of quality repair without having to pay that top dollar, you better learn how to do it. So I got under there. I basically disconnected everything that they had done, redid it myself. And guess what? No leaks. And it's kind of a shame, because some people would say, oh, why not take it back? Well, it was kind of an awkward situation, because it was a friend of a friend that had the garage, and they had somebody else work on it that worked there that, in my opinion, really wasn't all that invested in caring about his job. And it would have been just more awkward than it would have been just for me just to bite the bullet, suck it up, and just go get, you know, the parts and do it myself. That was kind of a big learning lesson for me too. The second learning lesson to add to that, as regarding having different types of services and stuff done in different places where I wasn't happy with the results, were, you know, people finding out what I did for a living professionally, what I do full time, and looking for ways in which that they can benefit to either trade services or to, you know, I scratch your back, you scratch my back type of situation. At first, it was kind of enjoyable. It was kind of nice being able to do things for other people that could help them out in exchange for things that I needed help with. But after a while, you know, something like that can turn into a kind of a bad situation. And often I find that the person, such as the one at the bottom that doesn't have the access to the tools, or maybe the garage, usually ends up being the person that is taken advantage of. So I quickly learned that, once again, doing my own repairs would avoid that type of situation. So even though it was nice being able to do things for others and provide them with services in exchange for my services, sometimes it was just a lot easier to just be able to pay for the service. And that's all from the beginning that I really wanted to do. If I was receiving good work and a good repair and a quality job, I wanted to pay for that service. But like I said, you do find people out there that are often looking for ways to benefit themselves, and they're not really taking you into their best interest. So that would be another reason why I got into repairing vehicles and learning how to do as much as I have learned myself. Just quick general overview, because this video is getting pretty lengthy, but I wanted to make sure I covered all bases. One of the other things to mention about my YouTube channel is, you know, I want to, like I said, eventually try and hopefully reach out to some companies to incorporate some potential sponsorships, if you will, if that's what you'd like to refer to them as. And hopefully one day that will come about and help me expand upon my abilities to be able to show you guys some of the personal experiences that I've had with these products or these tools, if they send me some type of tool, and hopefully help you be able to spend your money more wisely before you go out and make the investment. Currently, right now, I'm spending all of my own money out of my pocket. All of my YouTube earnings currently go directly back into producing, or purchasing, I should say, tools and different types of things in which that are going to be necessary for me to shoot content or make my life easier, such as the toolbox behind me, the air compressor here. For me, those are huge purchases. You know, for some, you know, this isn't very super expensive, but, you know, saving up that, you know, money in which I get monthly, which is, like I said, barely crossing the threshold of what YouTube will pay out, does go towards adding to my tool and my arsenal of tools to be able to increase my production, and hopefully also give you a chance to see some of the items that I'm using so that you can make an executive and educated decision if that's something that you want to do. But once again, this video got a lot longer than what I anticipated it being, but like I said, I'm hoping that this channel does find the right people that I can help, and hopefully some of the videos that I've produced give somebody some kind of confidence to be able to go out there and try to do these jobs themselves, maybe save a few bucks. I always enjoy some comments. You know, please feel free to go out and comment. You know, subscribe. Hey, it's free. You know, there's no cost to subscribe to my channel. So if you enjoy automotive content, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and just hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell too. The bell gives you notifications whenever I've uploaded a new video or if I go live. Unfortunately, it's very rare, but I do plan on trying to go live more often. So I am going to create a couple other videos today that are regarding some tool reviews, so look for them coming. But I hope this video finds you well, and enjoy my channel, and hope to see you all guys soon. Take care.